So one of the things that we love is to scuba dive. And having our own gear allowed us to scuba dive in places that nobody scuba dived before. Or just being able to just scuba dive without having to have like logging, scuba equipment, etc. So what we have done is we have an air compressor on our boat. In other words, we can make our own air.
In the scuba tanks.
And the scuba tanks, and we've color coded them. So this cylinder, it has approximately 3000 psi or 200 bars. It's a lot of air, and it's under an enormous amount of pressure. Then we have this device.
Buoyancy control device,
yes,
BCD.
Buoyancy control device. So it has weights inside, because we are, as humans, we're usually very buoyant. In other words, it's a hard time for you to go down. So you need to have weights. So the weights are lead weights that we have inside. And because those weights will drag you down, you need to be able to hover in the same spot in the water. And for that, they developed these buoyancy control devices where you add a little bit of air into the sacs inside, and it allows you to become neutral in the water. And then depends on how deep you go, you need to either release more air or add more air. That way you are still buoyant under that. And then you have this device, which is a regulator. It is a mechanism that takes the air from this extremely pressurized air and brings it down to a breathable pressure. Without this device, you couldn't do that. Because if you try to suck air from here, it will blow a hole in your head, literally. Anyways, so this device allows you to, first of all, add air into the BCD, and then it allows you to breathe under the pressure that is underwater. So this is what you breathe through. And this one is an extra, just in case this doesn't work, you have a spare.
So now he is gonna secure it. Secure it tight.
That's one. It doesn't have to be super tight.
So that's the part that connects to the BCD so that the buoyancy control device can have air pumped in or out. You see, that's the connection.
So this is a gauge that shows how much air you have inside. So now the next step is to open the cylinder and make sure we have enough pressure.
So he opens it here, and then you can see over here in the gauge.
And then you test the workings of the cylinder, the BCD. So as you can see, it's holding nice.
It inflated.
And then we need to breathe, smell the air. Air is good. Make sure the cylinders are working properly. The regulators. And that's it. So this device is ready to go.
Now, for safety, I must mention that you should not do this yourself unless you are trained and certified to scuba dive. Just because you know the equipment parts doesn't mean you can just jump in the water on a whim. Training and diving first with experienced masters is the way to go if this interests you. So I would encourage you to look up scuba organizations like PADI or SSI if you want to learn. I hope you'll enjoy the underwater world, and thanks for watching!